Hi, I'm Noah Tebow with VCA Church, and this is an honest discussion on the small things. In our lives, we make tons of small choices and small little things in our lives that have big impacts that whether we see them or don't see them will have an impact in our life one way or the other. An example of this is back when I used to own a car. It was older and it had a lot of problems, things were getting old and stuff was constantly going wrong. But there's this one particular period of time where every time I went to start the car, sometimes it just wouldn't start. And I would try it over and over again and it just wouldn't start. So I would naturally have to call AAA, they would come, they would test the battery, say, all right, your battery's fine, they jump start it, and I'd be good to go. And this happened multiple times. I would be late to work, I would get off work, and I would be stuck for hours waiting for AAA to come. And it just kept happening. I couldn't figure out why my car wouldn't start. The battery was fine, everything was checking out okay on their end, and it just wasn't making sense. So I started doing some research, and I thought everything pointed to something wrong with the security system of the car, causing it to shut off, or some wiring issue, something that was going to be very expensive and major waste of time. And so eventually I just went in to get it fixed, went to the repair shop, they looked at it, and they're like, oh, you have a bad terminal connecting the battery. It was about $50 to get a new part, took an hour for them to put it in, and I was good to go. And such a tiny little piece, maybe that big, and only cost about $50, was causing a number of problems, causing the whole car to not be able to start at all. And it was such a tiny little thing. Luke chapter 12 verse 10, one who is faithful in very little is also faithful in much, and one who is dishonest in little is dishonest in much. You see, the little choices we make, a small white lie, or maybe anything, it could be any number of tiny little decisions we make in a day, can have massive effects. And if you do something small that could come off as dishonest or untrustworthy or as rude or whatever it is, that's going to affect how somebody looks at you, it's going to affect how that interaction can go. And it's important that we pay attention to little things, that we don't allow ourselves to get caught up in the moment or get too busy to forget the little things, especially the good things, the little things like maybe reading your Bible, praying to God in the morning, devotionals, the little things that are easy to overlook that can have major impacts on our day and on our lives and what we do from that point on. And just like that terminal in my car, the little things can have big impacts on our lives. For full-length sermons and new content daily, go to vcachurch.com.